Hey, good morning. Yes, it's still morning. Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Tuesday, the 13th day of June 2023. I hope that you're safe and healthy today and that your family's safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field who, along with the first responders, are out here every day trying to save lives, and those that pick up garbage for us to keep our places clean and disease free. Those that do the humble work of making deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings also upon those that are working to help, heroic work of working to help rescue, deliver, recover teenagers and children who are unfortunately the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People who also are victims of pornography and child pornography, prostitution and child prostitution, the victims of human trafficking and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators of these things. Double curses on those who profit from these things. And double curses on the perverts that create the demand of which the other perverts create the supply. Finally, blessings upon the homeless. Nearly 600,000 men, women, and mostly children living on the streets of the United States of America, and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. Today, I want to first congratulate the Denver Nuggets on winning the NBA championship for 2022-2023. Congratulations on Michael Malone. Congratulations on the team, on guys, not only the MVP, Joker, who deserves to be the MVP and probably should have been the league MVP this year, to guys like Jamal Murray, but to also other guys like Jeff Green, who has been around the whole NBA, always playing his heart out, never being able to get that chip until now. To guys like DeAndre Jordan, who was on great teams and was never able to get over the top until now. To journeymen that worked really hard to get in the league, like Ish Smith, who got his chip also. Congratulations to all of these brothers that are on this team. Big time congrats again to the leaders. Big time congrats to the team, the coaches, and of course all I saw in the crowd last night. David Thompson was there. Alex English was there. There were people that have been in this Nuggets organization a long time. They've had a lot of really good teams. They just never able to get over the top, and now they have. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to the Miami Heat. What a run! 8th seed. Goes all the way to the conference finals, even though it was 4 games to 1, if you saw the series, Miami was fighting. It was in every game. There was no blowouts in this game, and there's no shame in them losing this series. They played tremendous. Hats off to Eric Spoelstra. Hats off to the Miami Heat team, to Pat Riley, to their organization. What a great season. There's going to be some decisions that have to be made by Miami that may affect the Knicks, and we'll be talking about that at another date. But today, what I want to talk about, what I want to discuss is Mikal Bridges. There are people that keep saying, why do you keep mentioning Mikal Bridges? The Nets are not going to give the Knicks Mikal Bridges. First of all, you don't get anything unless you ask for it. There is no law against calling the Nets and trying to get Mikal Bridges. Nobody said you're not allowed to do that. Okay? So all of you asking why, that's a dumb question. Because you can. That's why. Secondly, and really the first reason, is of all the players that the Knicks have actual ability to acquire, the best fit of them all is Mikal Bridges. If you put Mikal Bridges in the spot that RJ Barrett was in this year, they'd have been in the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay, in my view. Now, if you look at Mikal Bridges' career numbers, he is, for his career, 32 win shares, 86% from the line, 38% from the three-pointer, 50% from the field, average 13 points a game for his career. Okay, now first of all, if you look at those numbers closely, this is a guy who's in the potential to be a 50, 40, 90 guy. Anytime you can get a 50, 40, 90 guy, you want to look at him. Okay? Particularly if he's been 21, 22 all defensive team already. So now you got a solid two-way player on a high level. Now, if you were to look at his on and off numbers from this past season, they don't look good. They don't look good at all. Matter of fact, he's there in the regular season. The team was negative 0.6, which is, close. And in the playoffs was negative 13 with him on the floor. Now, that's not good. But I look past that. Matter of fact, you look at the previous years, the previous year when he spent with Phoenix, that's more indicative of what you're seeing for his career. In the previous year, they're plus 10 with him on the court, plus 9 in the playoffs. That's more indicative of his effect on the team. Why? When he was in Phoenix, he's a second or third option. See how important this pecking order thing is? When he's in Phoenix, he's the second or third option, depending on if Chris Paul and Devin Booker are on the floor. When he was on the Nets, he's the first option. He's not built to be the number one option. That's why his numbers suffered a little bit in terms of efficiency when he was on the Nets. But you bring him to the Knicks, and he becomes, again, the second or third option. He becomes, again, the efficient player that we saw in Phoenix. He will not, look at this now. Again, 422-23, 47% from the field, 38% from three, 90% from the line, 20 points a game, played 83 games. Iron Man type guy, 50-40-90 threat, high level, all NBA level defender, 7-foot wingspan, can guard 1 through 5 on the floor. Okay? That is why you make that phone call. Okay? So somebody will say, well, why would the Nets trade with the Knicks? I don't care. This guy is that valuable to the Knicks. Why would the Knicks do it? I don't know. But our best offer to me would be Emmanuel Quickley, R.J. Barrett, 3 unprotected number ones. I do that for Mikal Bridges. Okay? I do that for him. Because you still have Obi Toppin, Isaiah Hartenstein, you still have Deuce McBride, you still have Josh Hart. We're good. We can roll. We're still starting Mitch Rob. We're good. We can roll. Okay? So that's why you make the freaking phone call. And I am quite sure the Don's going to make that call if he hasn't already. Okay? The Nets, what they can do, say no. Okay, fine. They say no. We move on. But with this kid right across the bridge, we got to make this phone call. You got to make this phone call. Okay? Because, like I said, if I'm the Nets, if I'm Sean Marks, this is the thing that causes me to maybe trade Mikal Bridges. What is that? It's August 30th. He's going to be 27. Why is that important? What we're going to be seeing right here is the first year of his prime. So if you're the Nets, you got a decision to make. If you're the Knicks, you got a decision to make. You got to decide if you want to rebuild with a young team, but not very, very young, just a young team. I mean, you got Nick Claxton, who is, Nick Claxton 24 this year. Okay. You got Cam Thomas 22 this year. You got, Deron Sharp 22 this year. You got some young cats. You still got some vets. You got Dorian Finney-Smith. And then of course you got Cam Johnson. So you could build around Mikal, but really you could also get a starting point guard in Emmanuel Quickley, who I believe would bring them forward. And you can take Spencer Dinwiddie and bring him off the bench. Then you got a 23-year-old that in 2 or 3 seasons, he's going to be there in R.J. Barrett. The Nets are not going to the Eastern Conference Finals next season. The Knicks can. This will help the Knicks going in the next couple seasons, and this will help the Knicks now. Not only that, you're adding to them 3 unprotected number ones. So to me, I'm not saying they would jump on this deal. I'm saying that's our best offer. And those of you still talking this Julius Randle stuff, listen, I'll believe the Knicks will trade Julius Randle the day they trade Julius Randle. If they don't trade Julius Randle, I've been telling you all along, they probably won't. Some of you are saying, well, he's not worth anything around the league. Bullcrap. Bullcrap. And we're going to see soon. Because if they want to trade him, see, the Wizards, some of the people still don't understand this. Let me explain this to y'all. The Wizards have, listen now, zero leverage when it comes to Kristaps Porzingis. They got zero. Okay, they got zero leverage. So the best they can hope for is a sign and trade. Okay? And that is based on the team Kristaps Porzingis wants to play for. And I don't know if it's the Knicks, but let's just assume for the sake of argument, in this case it is. Let's say he wants to come back to the Knicks. Now, the Knicks and KP have the leverage. They're not going to give Washington garbage, but if they wanted to move Julius Randle, that would be their opportunity, wouldn't it? Not much the Wizards could do. They'd get a solid power forward. He may be, all kind of other issues, but he's an all-NBA power forward, and they would get him. They add Isaiah Hartenstein to that, and you got the money to bring KP back. Okay? So we'll see how valuable, Julius Randle is. I mentioned him in value yesterday, and some of y'all tripped. He is valuable. Either way you look at it, let's put it this way. Let's say nobody wants him. So what does the Knicks have? They got a guy that nobody wants, 6'8", 260, that's all NBA. And you got him for $100 million. What all NBA player is worth only $100 million? Most of them in the $200 million range. I mean, we're talking Jaylen Brown, $290. So you got an all NBA player that nobody wants, and you got him playing at an all NBA level for $100 million in his prime. To me, that's value. Okay? So whether you think people want him or don't is irrelevant. The question is, do the Knicks want him? If the Knicks wanted to move him, they can. And we'll shortly find out. That's why I'm still thinking it's going to be RJ. I'm not saying nobody wants him. What I'm saying to y'all is I think the Knicks value him higher than y'all think. That's all I'm saying. I think the Knicks value Julius Randle higher than y'all want to believe and want to receive. But, what people do shows you more than what they say. This cat has been in New York now for 4 seasons. 4 seasons. Okay? They wanted to get rid of him. They had plenty of opportunity. The Don drafted Obi Toppin with the intention of trading him, but all of a sudden he didn't get traded. In my view, that's for a couple of reasons. Number one, Tom Thibodeau favored him. And number two, Scott Perry signed him. Now, Scott Perry's not there no more. So if y'all want to argue, well, he ain't got no backup, maybe they trade him. Maybe they do. But we'll find out very shortly. Either way, you move Julius or RJ, and you get a guy like KP, or you get a guy like Mikal Bridges, the Knicks are moving forward. Either way. Okay? Either way. That's the bottom line. Because the bottom line, again, I'm trying to tell y'all, is long-term sustainable winning. So either way, that will continue. All right? Whether they move Julius Randle and get Kristaps Porzingis, whether they move RJ Barrett and get Mikal Bridges or OG Anunoby, any way you slice it, there's enough talent available in the open marketplace this summer that the Knicks are going to move forward either way. Or they just keep and run it all back. They're going to still move forward. So the Knicks really can't lose here. Okay, they really can't. So that being the case, Mikal Bridges is well worth the phone call. He's the number, to me, if I'm in the Knicks front office, he's my number one target. And if, like I said, the Don is not going to overpay and he's not getting taken by anybody. But he can make a phone call now and he will do it and put the best deal on the table. Take it or leave it. Leave it, fine. We're moving on. We could talk to Jeremy Grant's representative. We could talk to Masai Ujiri. We could talk to KP's representative. We got people we could talk to. Okay? We ain't got to make a deal with you. But for the sake of what this could do for our organization, I'm going to make the phone call. I'm going to make the phone call. Okay? And that's all we're talking about. So all of you sitting out here talking about the Nets will never do it. You know what? Y'all probably failed in your own life. Because you don't get nothing unless you ask for it. When I was in sales on straight commission, which I did for about 15 years, that was the deal. You don't make no commission unless you ask for it. That's how that game works. You don't say, well, they'll never do it, so I'm not going to make the phone call. How much does a phone call cost to a multi-billion-dollar organization like the Knicks? Come on, yo. Anyway, yeah, I make that move, baby. We making that call. And if they give me any inkling that they thinking about it, oh, we going to make several phone calls. We going to have meetings and get this thing done. Okay? So somebody offered them 4 number ones, that is the Nets already, and they said no. But we don't know what players were offered with that. The Knicks are offering 2 if they do what I just said, they'd be offering 2 lottery level players. One on a rookie deal and the other one on a deal that's very fair, and gives you future value, okay, as a growing organization the Knicks will be doing. Okay, surrounding him with veterans. And then, of course, you got shooters. You got Seth Curry. You got Joe Harris. You got Patty Mills. And you would have Emmanuel quickly. So, we'll see. That's all I got to say. We'll see. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm 100% sure. Let me give this to Don making that phone call. Whether they take it or not, I don't care. In terms of if they say no, we move forward. But you got to make that phone call. This kid is too close. He's a Villanova kid. You know he'd love to play with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. You know he'd love to play with them. So it's all there. You got to make the phone call. And you got the assets to make it happen. That I don't care if the Nets were to say no, right? You can't tell me if I'm offering you R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, and 3 unprotected number ones. Even if you say no, you can't tell me that was a bad offer. You might not like it because you want to build around Mikal Bridges, okay, but you can't tell me that was a bad offer. And all of y'all thinking is the Nets would never deal with the Knicks. You got to take that stupid fan hat off. And I mean stupid fan hat. Teams are going to do what is beneficial to their team, no matter what the team is. There's 30 teams in the NBA. Any team will try to benefit themselves with any other team if that team helps them. Period. This is business. It ain't got nothing to do with the Brooklyn Bridge. Anyway, that's why I say make that phone call. And that's why I know they're going to make it. Whether the Nets bite or not, but you won't find out unless you ask. Y'all enjoy your Tuesday. Shalom.